left you, I was going through Columbia, South Carolina. I was so tired. I just didn't want to drive anymore. It was only 3 hours from my mom's, and it was about 6 at night, and I was just so worn out. I just wanted to get a room. And I called my mom, told her I was going to stay the night. She said, that's a good idea. And then when I was just about to look for a room, I thought, you know what, the temple's here. I'm just going to go and see if I can get a room near the temple, and then I can, maybe in the morning I can go to the temple before I finish my journey. And so I plugged it in. It took forever. It wasn't in Columbia. It was out of town. I thought it was north of there by the way I was driving, but I have no idea now. It was in a little town away from the temple. Away from Columbia, just a bit out of town. And so I pulled up, I found the temple, oh, so pretty, and then I pulled into the parking lot, and lots of people were going in. I thought, oh my, it's open, and there's still things going on, and so I thought, well, I'll just go in. Of course, my hands were filthy from having dug up that tree, right? So I very carefully got all my stuff without getting it dirty, and I found my recommend, and I went in, and before the recommend desk there was a waiting area for people that are for people to wait before, if a group is coming and they're waiting to be together, they go in there and they wait, and then they go through the recommend desk afterwards. So I figured that's the case, and I went in there. There's a washroom, and I washed my hands, and I had a nail brush in my bag, but I didn't dare get it out in case I hadn't scrubbed them enough and got everything dirty. But anyway, so I scrubbed my hands. It's amazing how much more dirt comes off the longer you keep lathering them up and rubbing on those fingers. And then I kept putting soap on my fingernails. Finally, I looked pretty presentable. And I got my nail brush out, and I nail brushed my fingernails, and I was ready to go to the recommend desk. I looked good. And I did, and nobody knew that my hands had been a mess. So I went in there, and I was able to do work for about an hour for 10 ladies. And it was just so lovely. And the spirit was so beautiful, and I just felt that I had come home. It's strange, because I guess I go to temples. We used to go to the Toronto temple all the time, and I always felt like I was at home when I got there. Finally, I'm home. So I go to all the temples, so I stop in at home on the way. This truck here says Hamburg. Did you notice that? That's a hamburger truck. So after I was done in there, I went in the celestial room and sat. It was so beautiful. Not the pretty furniture, but the feeling that was in there. I had come to the Lord's house, and He was there, and I was able to talk to Him. I couldn't see Him, but just, His presence just fills the room. It's just the most beautiful, peaceful, comforting place in the whole world. And I just wanted His will to be done. What can I do for Thee? How can I help Thee? Where can I serve? Thy will be done. It was a powerful feeling. And I always feel like I'm in the midst of fire when I'm in the celestial room in prayer. It's just so powerful and beautiful. It was just all-encompassing. I wanted to repent for anything I've done that's wrong. Banks and driven across Roanoke Island all in the dark. I just wanted a place to go and be home. And motel rooms are nice little homes, you know, they're you can spread out, you can relax, be online, upload and read comments, and I can see Willem on Skype. I make him full screen. It's wonderful. Anyway, so that's what I did last night. It's a wonderful way to it was a wonderful thing to do as I went through Columbia. Whenever I go home, I'm going to stop at the Raleigh Temple too. I wonder if anybody lives in Raleigh, then I'll know. Never know. Anyway, that's just what I'm remembering from last night. Talk to you later. Hey, look, here's the Laurel and Hardy Museum.